Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to Facts of Two Cents. This is Bettel. Hope you're doing great. Oh my goodness. Vancouver just keeps giving. These are new photos from Vancouver, from Harry and Meghan being out there with Invictus Games 1 year two. These pictures dropped. When did they drop? Yesterday? Yeah, they dropped yesterday. This is a very early morning, late night, early morning recording. So these pictures dropped yesterday of new photos of our faves and Vancouver having a great time. Of course, we know that, it seems they also had some wonderful time in the snow as well over the past week. So, yes, I love these photos. I look forward to the next the next games in Vancouver and Whistler. So very much looking forward to more of this. But yeah, so these dropped and I just love it. And whatever they're doing this weekend, hope they're having fun. And Prince Harry, I'm telling you, Prince Harry is it, man. Everything this man touches turns to gold. More, we talked about Invictus, we have Sante Bale, we have Archwell, we also have, all the little Scotties and all the other organizations that Harry is part of, including Better Up and all of that. And he is just doing amazing. It's all going well. And, hey, Harry. And so Travelist is also adding more people and adding more clients onto their list. And so Sabre, which is another company that's in the travel industry, and they have also now joined Travelers. So I don't really understand all the travel things and how it all work, but whatever it is that's happening there, it's working. So this is what the announcement said. It says Sabre becomes the GDS member of the Environmental Coalition Travelist. Global distribution system Sabre and payment provider MasterCard have joined the Travelist Coalition, the non-for-profit environmental organization whose goal includes standardization of carbon emission data in the travel industry. Founded by Prince Harry in 2019, the Duke of Sussex, Travelers member also include fellow GDS Amadeus, Travelport, payment providers Visa, as well as Booking.com, Expedia Group, Google, Skyscanner, Trip.com, and TripAdvisor. Travelers' goal is to bring credible, consistent sustainability information to the mainstream. The organization head of partnerships, Brad West, told BTN Europe at the Institute of Travel Management Road to Net Zero event this week, and this is what he said. It says in a statement regarding its new members, West added, the addition of MasterCard and Sabre aligns with our partnership strategy and adds further scale to our mission. Bringing a payment technology leader on board, as well as enhancing our presence among key technology providers to the travel industry, means we are strategically poised to deliver on our mission to mainstream sustainability information within the travel industry to help drive change. So, whatever all of that means, it looks good for Prince Harry and his team doing. I mean, when Prince Harry said that he was busy, he is a busy. I mean, we just saw videos of him with Little Child. We saw videos of him with Invictus Games. Sente Bali is there. Travelers is there. Archwell is there, and it's just like Prince Harry is busy. Plus, the man has a family. It is just wonderful. I mean, I'm so happy for him. It is wonderful to see what he's doing, and him and Meghan, together as a team, and also individually as well. So, congratulations on their two new members to the Travelers family. And leaving our faves for a minute and jumping over to Shutter Island with their messy, messy, messiness. I'm telling you, I'm just going to move our little banner at the bottom there. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when we drop a video. Please like and share the video. That would be awesome. And so, what is happening on Shutter Island? Well, They just, it's just a mess, basically. I think that's the buzzword. It's just a mess. And so we know that their slim down monarchy is just now slimming down further and further and further and further. And so we know Charles is out for his cancer treatments. Kate is out for whatever it is she's out for. I mean, you look at the conspiracy theories, there are about 100 different things that could be the reason why Kate Middleton is out. William, well, you can't really count on him because, well, you just can't. He just may not show up to things. And then Camilla, who is, the last time we saw Camilla was the bottom pictures at the bottom there where she was meeting the Ukraine First Lady, Olena Zelenska, and she was looking a little bit unkempt, shall we say. I mean, I don't know whatever happened with this outfit she's wearing, but my goodness, it was a bit of a mess. And as you can see with all my little circles, I think I even missed some of the dirty marks on her clothes. And so maybe Camilla was just hard at work, busy and hard at work, and just her hands in the dirt and everything. You know how that happens when you just put your hands and your whole self in the dirt and you just get messy. And that may be what happened because, Camilla has been working so hard. She has been out there grinding, man. She has been there every single day throughout the year, just working her fingers to the bones. So now, March 2nd, Camilla needs a break because, well, it's been 2 long months of work. I mean, there's so much an old girl could take, right? So Camilla, who has been working her fingers to the bones, as the Times, telling us, Queen Camilla takes time after filling in for King Charles. Charles, proud and pleased at Queen's work, has public response to her leadership. I'm like, I don't know what public that is responding to her leadership, or I don't know. I don't know about that, but at the Times, it's a Rupert Murdoch paper, so they want you to believe that Camilla has been leading somebody. I was like, I don't know when she's been leading somebody, and I don't know what public that's been responding to her lead, but okay, whatever. The article goes on to say Camilla has undertaken 13, guys, Camilla took on 13 official engagements since Charles' cancer diagnosis was announced last month, plowing on with her own diary and attended events solo where she was due to have been with her husband. Oh, my dear God, this woman was working her fingers to the bones. 13 whole engagements plus her own, and then going to events where she was only supposed to go with her husband. Oh my goodness, no wonder this woman needs time. No wonder she needs a break. Last week, she led the royal family at a memorial service for King Constantine of Greece at the St. George's Chapel in Windsor and hosted a reception for hundreds of guests afterwards. She is the most senior member of the royal family undertaking public duties. On Wednesday, she hosted a reception for the 500 Words Children creative writing competition at Buckingham Palace and met the First Lady of Ukraine. God, no wonder she was a mess. She was doing all this work. She met the First Lady of Ukraine, Olena Zelenska, at Clarence House on Thursday. Oh, Lord, this woman was working hard. The royal source said, although she is not expecting to find herself in this position of leading the family, the Queen is absolutely prepared to do whatever needs to be done for the institution. Oh, whatever shall we do without Camilla? Camilla, 76, has no engagement in her diary this week, and it is understood that she will spend a few days in private downtime with her darling king and her own family. Oh, what a devoted dear you are, Camilla. You're just so devoted. I mean, 13 whole engagements? And doing engagements by yourself? Oh my gosh. Like, really? How could anyone not think you need a vacation? So, of course, you cleared your calendar this week and you're going to spend some time with your darling husband. Oh, bless you, Camilla. Bless you. I mean, the absurdity of this is just, I just can't even. I just can't even. I mean, as we've talked about here on numerous occasions, their engagements are usually about 45 minutes. Not even an hour, 45 minutes, but let's be generous and give them an hour. Since King Charles's diagnosis, which was, I think it was around between the 2nd and the 5th of February or something, when his cancer diagnosis, had to basically stay away from the public and get treatment and all of that stuff for his cancer diagnosis. Since that time, let's say, be generous, say the February 5th to this is March 2nd, Camilla has taken 13 engagements. That means 13, let's give her an hour, even though it's usually 45 minutes. So in that time between February 5th and now, Camilla has worked a total of 13 hours. Even if she was doing stuff and it lasted the entire day. Let's be really, really, really generous and gave Camilla the entire day that she devoted to these engagements. That means between February 5th and now, she would have worked only 13 days. Only 13 days. And because she worked 13 days, Camilla needs a break now. Never mind, Camilla was on a break for all the Christmas holidays. Most of January, they were on a break. Camilla now needs another break. She needs to take a vacation because she worked a total of 13 days. And we just got really generous and gave her the whole day, even though, again, we know that those things are just like 45 minutes a day. She literally worked 13 hours. That's basically what she worked. And then they're like, well, she has her own diary. Like, doing what exactly? I mean, they didn't call her the laziest woman in the UK for nothing. And so this is, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I just talked about Camilla led the family at the memorial service. Camilla showed up to the memorial service. If you want to say anybody led anybody anywhere, actually that goes to Prince Andrew. He was the one that was literally leading the family to the chapel. He was the only one leading. Everybody was following behind Prince Andrew. And you could even say Prince Andrew and Fergie, not Camilla. Camilla just showed up. That's all she did. Now, okay, they said she hosted dinner or whatever for hundreds of people. Unless, I mean, does the St. George Chapel host, does that hold hundreds of people? Maybe I should have checked and see how much people, or maybe there are people that didn't go to the memorial that went to her dinner thing that she hosted. That's possible too. And okay, I'll give her that. Maybe she hosted hundreds. How many hundreds exactly that she hosted? And then she hosted, obviously the First Lady of Ukraine looking rather unkempt. But again, this whole thing is just, and for that hard work, that hard labor of 13 hours and give her, all right, super generous and give her 13 days. Camilla needs a break where she, according to the Times and their, roving reporter, Voyanika, she will be taking basically the week to spend with her darling husband and having some private downtime with him and her own family. I'm telling you, Camilla is the queen. Camilla and Prince William are the queen and king in waiting that the UK deserve. But oh, wait a minute. What did we just say about Camilla being at home with her darling husband again? According to Roy Anika? Well, scratch that. Scratch that. According to Camilla's favorite tabloids, they have a little bit of a different take on Camilla's week, her getaway week or her vacation week. They have a quite a different take. Queen Camilla set to jet off on holiday. And according to one of her favorite paper, The Mirror, Queen Camilla set to jet off on a holiday as she takes her first break since King's diagnosis. What about that time where she was going to be spending with her darling husband again? Okay, you know, the Queen is set to take a break in the sun. Oh, I didn't know it was sunny in the UK, but okay. The Queen set to take a break in the sun after having to head up royal duties following her husband's cancer diagnosis last month. Camilla, 76, is reportedly taking a break from official duties and jetting off on a private flight tomorrow for a sunshine break overseas, sources claim. Camilla was the last key royal standing last week. And according to sources, that has led to the Queen deciding to have a break to recharge her batteries. Oh, you go, Camilla. According to Royals author Seward, that's Ingrid Seward. According to royal author Seward pointed out, Charles will have insisted that his wife should get out of the public eye. The royal watcher also said that the holiday was an excellent indication that the king is doing well since starting his cancer treatment, and said Camilla found engagements hard going. Oh, dear, dear, dear Camilla. You notice how Ingrid Seward speaks. Ingrid Seward basically doesn't get any information from the actual people. She tells you what, they would be doing. The king would thought, as she says that the king will have insisted that Camilla get out of the public eye. Not that the king said this to her or anything like that. She's just putting her opinion on King Charles, that he would have insisted that Camilla go off on vacation. That the king would have thought that it was an excellent idea. That the king would have thought she did a great job. Oh, again, of course, she has no idea what the king is thinking, but according to Ingrid Seward, she could just feel what the king is thinking and then write it here as if it's facts. Unbelievable. Anyways, so Camilla is jetting off to a sunshiny destination, maybe back to India where she was, a year or two ago when she was there, maybe the Caribbean, maybe, who knows? She's off to the sunshine, leaving her darling husband back home. I wonder who Camilla's going with. It would be very interesting to know who she's vacationing with. Huh. Something to think about. Anyways, our Queen Camilla, she completely deserves her vacation. She has, after working her fingers to the bones, I'm telling you, 13 days, that's a whole lot. So our Queen Camilla is going off to a tropical island to recharge. So she could come back. In fact, they said she's coming back for the Commonwealth service. So who knows, maybe in a week or so, Camilla would be back all fresh and recharged from her Caribbean or sunshiny destination. Oh, well, we'll see you there, Camilla. We'll see you then. Moving on. One of the things in the same article that it brings up is, talking about the Commonwealth Day, was this whole thing whether King Charles was going to, be a part of the Commonwealth service. Was he going to have William take over for him or Camilla, whatever? And so this same article that talk about Camilla's vacation, this is what it says about the Commonwealth Day service. It says, at the Commonwealth Day service on March 11th, Charles will deliver his first broadcast since his cancer diagnosis in an effort to reassure the public after a challenging period for the monarchy. He will address the nation and the Commonwealth with a televised message to be shown during the service, in which he is expected to speak of his commitment to the family of nations, of which he is the head, thank the people for their good wishes, and cite this year's theme of resilience. Charles had considered the option of Prince William reading out the message on his behalf, but it is understood he is keen to show his personal commitment to the Commonwealth with the message, which will be broadcast on BBC One and across the royal family's social media channels. Buckingham Palace is continuing to plan for Charles and Camilla's attendance at this year's Commonwealth Head of Government meeting in Samoa in October. But it is understood a final decision on whether they attend will be taken later in the year, depending on Charles' health. It comes after a difficult week for the royal family. On Tuesday, William withdrew from King Constantine's service, where he was due to have given a reading in memory of his godfather at short notice, citing personal matter. This here is very important. What this is screaming out to everyone is that Charles does not trust William. He does not feel like he can depend on William. This is maybe a message to William publicly that you are messing up. You are not reliable. You are not doing what you need to do to make the king feel secure that you're going to be there and show up when you need to show up. The fact that Charles had that they put it out there in the press that he considered the option of William reading the message on his behalf, and maybe they're just being nice and like, no, he just want to do it. No, I think he put it in there, and they put it there in the press for the world to see, to call out William without really calling him out, that he is unreliable, that he is not trustworthy. The fact that a man who is having cancer treatment cannot even say, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to go. I'm going to let the Prince of Wales go. I'm going to let the heir to the throne go to Samoa, to the Commonwealth. Again, this whole Commonwealth thing is you know how I feel about that. But it's happening in Samoa, right? The fact that he can say, you know what, I'm going to let the Prince of Wales go. I'm going to, let him take my place as I recover. The fact that they can't even say that right now speaks volumes as to what they think of William and how unreliable he is. And I know William is probably thinking missing, his godfather's memorial. It probably was no big deal, whatever is no big deal. It's a family event. I'm sure they didn't realize how far this was going to be and how much it was going to be broadcast, because it has created a huge dent in William's character that Charles cannot trust him. He can't trust him to deliver a speech on Commonwealth Day. He probably can't even trust him to show up. And he definitely can't trust him to take his place at the Commonwealth Head of Government meetings in Samoa. They can't trust him. And rightly so. William is not, right now he is completely not ready for this role. He's not ready to be king. No matter how much they've told, they keep saying that, he's been training for this all his life. He's been trained by the Queen. He has all these people around him training him. They probably was training. William surely didn't take any of it in. He certainly didn't take any of it in. Because right now, looking at Prince William, he is the last person you'd want to put on the throne. The last one. And this is a big lesson from King Charles. You are not reliable. You are not ready. And I am not going to I'm not going to rely on you. And I'm not going to raise you up in this because you are not ready for this. And you're not serious. And I think in this thing, King Charles is right. I think in this, he is absolutely right. William is not ready. He's not qualified. He doesn't even look like he even wants to be qualified. He simply does not care. And so, yeah, very, very, very interesting that King Charles would put this out there like this. And another thing that's happening is with all the where is Kate things, I'm like, oh, I just kind of walk right by these things online right now because there's all the rumors going around. And all of these writers and news outlets are like, all about, guys, stop, please stop with all the conspiracy theories. There's this black girl, actually, this black journalist who wrote this article in Huffington Post about um, why all the speculations need to stop, even though her article didn't really say that. It just really quote tweeted or copied a bunch of people's tweets or posts from X under the article. But the headline screamed, why all these speculations need to stop. And of course, people went after her and calling out the hypocrisy of, well, why didn't you stand up for Meghan? That you're standing up for Kate. And so she got dragged left and right and totally made her account now private. That'll happen. And then there's also this article by Hannah Finesse. And this is a part of the article. It says, rumors swirl about Kate, Princess of Wales, amid health concerns, said the New York Times. Vogue tracked the curious case of Kate Middleton's disappearance, while numerous websites asked, where is Kate Middleton? Even the BBC was moved to mention a royal dilemma as the public curiosity over Kate's health grows. Some of that public curiosity has been benign, some heartfelt, and much downright unpleasant, told through online jokes and memes. Some of it funny, I guess, said one source. More of it pretty uncomfortable when you remember this is a real person you are talking about. And it's very interesting, that last bit of it, that it's very uncomfortable when you think and you remember that Kate Middleton is a real person. My question to this person, where have they been? Since Meghan has been, attacked, berated, cussed at in every single way, bullied, maligned, pick an adjective. Where was this person to talk about Meghan's humanity? Where were these people? Where were this woman from the HuffPost to speak about Meghan's humanity and call out the people abusing her? It is unbelievable. Kate, oh, of course, let's consider her humanity. Let's make sure that, she's private, that she gets her privacy. The same thing that was not afforded Meghan. Because as we could see, especially when Meghan gave birth to Archie, when all these reporters just felt so entitled. Crazy person, crazy woman, Camilla along. Meghan is trying to smash the royal family's contract with the public. We pay, you pose. This was her article when Meghan refused to do the Lindo walk thing. Even though during the Oprah interview, we learned that Meghan and Harry weren't even given an option to have their child at the Lindo wing. Carol Malone, slap in the face. Meghan owes it to the Brits, to make baby Sussex birth public. Royal commentator claims she owes it to them to make her child public, to make her birth public. She owes it to them. Then we have this other one. Make no mistake, it's an insult. Please treat, and Harry and Meghan left. Please treat jury says Meghan and Harry can expect no mercy after their stunning decision to go rogue and quit. I'm telling you, this is the quote-unquote grace afforded to Harry and Meghan. You will be shown no mercy. We pay, you pose. You owe us because we pay. We give you taxpayer funding. Therefore, you owe us your private moments. You owe it to us. And look at the difference with Kate. Look at the difference how they are with Kate. All of a sudden, we're thinking of, she is a human being. Where is that for Meghan? Where is it? Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But the funny thing with all of these articles, when they post them, when the news outlet posts them, if you go through the comments, which I did for a couple of them, 99.9% of those comments bring up their treatment of Meghan. And they brought up the hypocrisy of these articles when these same people are the ones who targeted Meghan and are still doing it to this day, still trying to invade her privacy, still trying to destroy any work that she and Harry does. They are still doing it. Yet they want the public to give Kate Middleton privacy. Many people in their feed bluntly said, no, we're going to afford them the same sympathy and the same courtesy that they afforded Meghan. 99% of their responders said the same thing. Unbelievable. And whatever is going on with Kate, look, whatever, recover whatever, but people aren't buying this nonsense anymore. They're not buying the, let's fall down and worship Kate nonsense. And I'm so glad to see people call this mess out. Anyways, moving on to this, we talked about this yesterday, that is very tragic news of Thomas Kingston, who died on Sunday. And there's all this, we've talked about in the last episode, there's all this drama with William and, Kensington Palace putting out that William had nothing to do, that he's missing his godfather's memorial, had nothing to do with Thomas Kingston's death, and which, their thing, I guess, was to squash any rumor of saying that, okay, he's not going up because he's grieving, whatever, for Thomas, or whatever it is, it seemed that their intent was. But for us hearing that, it just brought on more scrutiny, because all of a sudden it's like, where was William on Sunday? Did he have anything to do with Thomas dying? That's been the basic questions. And so this whole thing has been just so strange. This whole saga with this guy's dying has been so strange, in the way how they've released it, this whole attachment with William to it, that, no, he is not, has nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, nobody was asking, nobody would have even made that connection, because if they're anything like me, I didn't even know Thomas Kingston existed. I didn't until Wednesday, when they said he passed. And so the Standard wrote this on this whole thing. It says, Lady Gabriella Kingston's husband, Thomas Kingston, died from a traumatic head wound, and a gun was found near his body, a coroner revealed on Friday. Senior coroner Katie Skerritt said Mr. Kingston, 45, the son-in-law of the Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, died at his parents' home in the Cotswolds on Sunday. These are just snippets from the article. It says the coroner said Mr. Kingston had been visiting his parents' home and had lunch with his parents on the day he died. His father went out to walk the dogs. On return, Mr. Kingston was not in the house. And after approximately 30 minutes, his mother went to look for him. His father forced entry on a locked out building when no reply could be gained. He found Mr. Kingston deceased with a catastrophic head injury. A gun was present at the scene. Emergency services were called. Police were satisfied that the death was not suspicious. And apparently in the UK, when they are dealing with cases of suicide, their code word for that is the death is not suspicious. I didn't know that, even now that I know that, it still is suspicious to me. This whole thing has just been so suspicious. But they want us to know that the death was not suspicious. Lady Gabriella was not a working member of the family. She and Mr. Kingston family are being supported by the royal household. And they went on to talk about funeral. My question is, what does that mean? That the 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 royal family is taking care of her and the Kingston family? Like, what does that even mean? Are they getting money? Is this every month they get money? Is this just taking care of them to the funeral? Does it mean that, they get money from the sovereign grant? I know that they take care of Prince Michael of Kent and Princess Michael of Kent. I know that there's the monarch takes care of them. But what does it mean that they take care of the Kingston family? What does that actually mean? What does that entail? That is wild. And if that's not a word, if that's not bad, it says members of the Kingston family were present. They're having an inquiry happening into all the details around Thomas Kingston's death. And so they are holding an inquiry, and it says no member of the Kingston family were present, although an official from the royal household attended, as did several members of the media. So all this is happening, and Thomas's side of the family went to this inquiry, only someone from the royal household. I mean, none of this makes any sense to me. None of it makes sense. Like, you're supporting Kingston's family? Like, if there is something happened, say for God forbid something happened and it implicates a royal, does that mean the royal get away with it because the royal family is taking care of the Kingstons? Like, I don't understand. And then even the whole scenario around the death where he had, Thomas had lunch with his family, and then his father went off to walk the dog and comes back and he wasn't there. And basically you have to kick down a door in the back or wherever it is to get in. It's just weird. He just had lunch with his family and then just 30 minutes later went off and offed himself. Things are not adding up here. Things are not quite adding up to me. And it could be just totally innocent and I'm just suspicious, but things just don't seem to be adding up for some reason. Anyway, back to the good news of, leaving Shutter Island and their mess, and back to the good news of Prince Harry's work. Sentibali is doing well, says Sentibali. The collaboration with the Diamond Do Good and Duma M Radio, Sentibali, Botswana, is letting the youth on air. The initiative gives a surface space for young people to show how their generation's positive attitude leads to a renewed focus on health and social economic well-being. So that's a really kind of cool. It's like the kids from Sentibali, and now, maybe they'll even go into broadcasting. Who knows? But it's great that they have been able to take advantage of all of this. That's wonderful. And obviously, Prince Harry's in Victor's Nigeria. They are celebrating as they usually are. It's like highlights. It was a remarkable experience at the games in Dusseldorf, the first ever Invictus Germany, and we, the Invictus NG, was honored and super excited to be part of this community. So I'm telling you, whatever Harry touches turns to gold. And finally, a different world. They have started their tour. They seem to be having a great time, as you can see at the bottom there. Just old faces that we haven't seen in years are there, and they are touring historical black colleges, and so they're doing this tour, and apparently it's going great, and they're having a great time. So kudos to a different world. I look forward to hearing more. Hopefully they're, I have to check to see if it's streaming, but I just I really love A Different World, and I'm so happy to see them back together doing great and having fun doing it. So kudos to them. As you can see, Cree Summer, who played Winnie, says, "Here we come to HBCU Dear You, The Different World Tour kicks off 3/29 in Atlanta." And yeah, so very, very excited to see them. Makes me want to go back to college. But anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you so much to our awesome moderators, Lydia, Church, Nelly, Karen, and Cookies and Cream, Black Queen, for your amazing support. Thank you so much. Thank you for to our wonderful 2 Cents crew who support the channel on a monthly basis. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I always forget to show these, but if you're looking for some Facts and 2 Cents merchandise, the link is in our show notes. So definitely check it out. Check out our I have the mug. It's my favorite cup. And so, favorite mug. Definitely check it out. Anyways, that's it, guys. Have a great day. Thank you all so much for listening and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.